Friday, January 12th, 4:28 p.m. Bad Podcast. I'm Drew.
I'm Brett. Welcome back, motherfuckers. We got a killer guest in the house tonight.
Yo, I'm Jordan.
Jordan.
I'm a Virgo, if you happen to give a fuck. And I'm a Savage at ECC. Let's get it.
Hell
Virgo. Dude, you get into that? Like, does that shit actually mean something?
To me?
Yeah.
No, but to a lot of bitches it do. So I
Really?
just put it out there. Yeah.
I'm a Libra, ladies.
Leo, everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know like any of the connotations that a lot of them have. I know Leo's supposed to be like not aggressive, but like a confident one. I don't know. I really don't know much about horoscopes. I never
I
got
know
into them.
Libra's a scale, so it's like balancing fairness. So I guess it kind of fits me.
I know
So
Virgos.
I believe it.
Virgos shouldn't date other Virgos.
Really?
No.
Fire type?
I've tried it. It works. It's fun while it lasts, but it didn't last.
True. It burns up.
Yeah, it did.
I could see that shit.
She was the one who got away. That was her.
Really?
Yeah, dead ass.
Damn.
Dead ass. She got a kid now and everything.
Dude, what do you guys think about fucking like soulmates?
Soulmates?
Do you think that there is a soulmate, or do you think that you're just so compatible with somebody that it appears to be a soulmate? Or do you think that there really is one person out there who's meant for you?
I'd like to believe that there is a soulmate.
I could see it. I don't buy like that there's the one. Like I think you said it before that there's like a series of ones. Like there's probably a lot of people in this world that are very compatible. Just like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like like a scale or like a spectrum of people that you get along with very well and that you could have like a good connection with, and then people that just don't fit whatsoever. And I think there's probably very few people that are at the very far end of the spectrum, like to be the right person for you, and
Like
the same,
uber compatible.
yeah, like the one or very close to the one. But I feel like there's no way to know because you can't meet
Yeah,
every
there's no
person
way
in
to
the
know.
world, you know. So you just got to be happy with what you find.
As an optimist, I do hope that there is a sort of soulmate. I mean, I don't know. I think that there's just the people who are so compatible with each other. Like, I'm not going to say that, for example, I'm not going to be like Drew Canberra is the archetype of best friend. Like, we're just so compatible
Exactly.
that like it just clicks in.
Yeah, very true. And then there are other people that, like, there's people that I went to high school with that two of them could be such close friends, but I couldn't be good friends with either of them.
Yep.
You know, just because we're such different people.
Different.
Well, there could be different versions of the one, too. Because I've had an ex who was the one when it came to freakiness. Another ex who was there, she was like the caring type. So it all depends how you break down
Yeah.
the word.
Dude,
the
there
one.
is those like cooling women, and then there's those like
Yeah,
fire
you know?
women, and it's funny how like you seem to get the one that you need at that point in your
At
life.
that time.
Yeah, it's funny.
Crazy
Yeah.
bitches got some crazy pussy.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're
It
looking
does.
for the crazy bitches, the crazy pussy, then like be on the
Fun.
lookout for that. You're looking for fun. But if you want to like, if you're looking to, I don't know, I guess you could be looking for the person that's just fun, or you could be looking for the person that's going to challenge you. You know, that's
I'm
going to
down for a
be
challenge.
like, yeah, that's going to make you the better version of yourself.
Hell yeah.
Like we were talking about discipline before we started, and like not so much discipline, but having that like routine and that momentum to set you forward. Like there are definitely soulmates or significant others that do that for you, and then there are some that are fun to be with, but I feel like they like set you back because you're not thinking the big picture. Like you're just thinking moment to moment pleasure.
Absolutely, man. A lot of people don't think of it. A lot of people get sucked into that whole like saving thing, or like not even saving, but thinking that they're like, ooh, that person has so much potential. Like I can mold them into what I think is the perfect one.
I thought you meant saving like Captain Save-A-Ho. Like, there's right, no lie.
Save
I thought you meant saving like
yeah, like she's a classy woman. She just
Okay.
needs the right man.
Right, man, unlock that shit.
You just got to see people as what they are. Because to be real, people don't really change. They change a little bit, but it's rare for that person to really fucking 180.
That's kind of circumstantial, though. All depends what that person's been through at the same time. I've met some people who've changed like complete 180.
Really?
Yeah, that is.
I heard about this. Where did I hear about it? I think because it's at work. But this kid was like drunk at a high school football game. He was in high school. And he got arrested and like the cops roughed him up and shit. And now all of a sudden he's like an all scholastic. Like he went in the military and like just completely got his shit together. And now he's out and like completely 180.
Fuck that all up.
no, it's all good.
Oh,
I was
good, my
trying
dude.
to ash that shit.
Little hole right there.
I'm trying to find it.
Find the hole.
This shit takes so much ash. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it is what it is. Dude, on the significant other topic, I feel like one big thing too is people, when they're unhappy, they seek to find someone to make them happy instead of like trying to improve their own life first and then finding someone to push forward with them. Like, I feel like people, if they're in a hole, they're like, fuck, I just need to find someone to make me happy and then I'll be good. But you can't rely on someone like that.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
dude, in high school, like, I was the classic nerd gamer. Like, didn't have any social skills, didn't go out at all, didn't do anything, didn't have any discipline. And then, like, you just want the end goal. You want the girls. But I watched an Elliot Hulse video where he was talking about goals over girls and how once you put yourself first and you put your improvement as the step one into getting it, and you start improving yourself and becoming a good individual, then naturally, like, that the girls, the end goal will, and I'm not saying like girls are all over me, but I'm more desirable now than I would have been as someone who was.
You like set yourself on the right path and you get yourself to where you want to be and everything else follows. You know, like if you're the most functional or actualized version of yourself, then people are going to notice that. And not only girls, but like friends, you know, like people will want to be around you. I feel like it's all about making yourself the person that you would want to hang out with, you know?
Dude, it's so cliche, but it's true. Like, what is it? You're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
I could totally see that.
Who you surround yourself with is really who you are.
I get that.
Yeah. Who do you surround yourself with?
Motherfuckers like you, man.
That's your problem.
That's my fucking problem.
It's not so bad. It's not bad.
No, I try to surround myself with people who are both caring and goal-oriented. Because, so I have this little thing, I call them, there's 95 percenters and there's 5 percenters. Only 5% of the people that I'm going to meet will be as driven, as caring, as goal-oriented, as on the same mission that I am. They're very, very rare to find people who are on the same page.
Yeah.
So, but you can't live your life only interacting with 5 percenters. Because if you try to, you're going to be a lonely motherfucker because all those people are on their grind.
Yeah.
So you have to dwell into the 95%.
Totally agreed. There are definitely people that I consider close friends, but they're not my people, you know? And I also see the value in hanging out with people that that other people might consider to be like degenerates or just like, I don't know, like losers. Like, cause there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of true human spirit out there in everyone, you know, like just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people discount other people that they don't think are on the same page as them. And they're just like, I don't even want to hang out with that person. I don't want to spend any time around them. But like, you learn a lot about yourself by spending time with people that you don't consider to be similar to you, you know?
What's that Emerson quote? It's like, every man is my mentor in some way. I'm totally butchering it, but it's every man has something to teach you, and you just have to figure out what it is that other person can teach you. It's funny how you can learn from people in like an anti-light. Like you can use them and be like, that's not what I want to be.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. You can learn from other people's mistakes. Like you can see someone else fuck up so bad and enough to make an impact on yourself and just be like, oh
I don't
shit.
want to be that guy.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, dude, even if it's something very light, like I've seen people so fucked up at parties that I've been like, I never want to be the center of attention like that fucking guy.
I love going to parties for that reason. To find that dickhead.
And kick his ass.
Not even that, just to be amused. Because there's always that drunk guy or girl who's just going to be the life of the party in one sense till they puke and fuck everything up.
Ugh.
It's always funny to troll them,
It is.
you know?
I love trolling people.
Dude,
That's why I had to delete my Facebook for trolling people too much.
troll.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I love? I love being the counter troll.
Yeah?
I like big game. I like trolling the trolls.
Oh, yeah, that fucking dickhead. Oh, yeah. I trolled a few
Like you
times.
see someone picking on the drunk guy and then you start trolling him.
Yeah.
Yup.
What the fuck? He's just trying to have fun. He's trying to unwind.
You're like, why the fuck are you so sober, man?
Exactly.
For real.
Dude, although I did see, I was at a party like right before last semester ended, and there was this girl there. Dude, she made an absolute fool of herself. Like she was running all over the place, breaking shit, like drinking other people's alcohol. And at the end of the night, like everyone was trying to get her out of the house, and she was just like sticking around, like telling stupid stories. She was like, I'm a, what'd she say? She was like, you don't want to be around people like me. Like I'm hard. Like I'm fucking. She was like, I've made like bad decisions. Like she was just trying to be a badass.
She was proud of that shit.
She was
too?
proud. Yeah. She was like, I hang out with people that like my parents. She literally said like I hang out with people that my parents wouldn't approve of, and I was like, whoa. Like
Well, that's
you're
every
fucking
girl in
badass.
one way or another. Basically.
Like those fucking like Spelman girls,
Yeah, they
girls,
like
or
to
anything
rebel a
like that.
little bit.
Yeah, it's like life is so strict that they have no choice but to rebel.
Yeah.
And then the harder the rebellion, the sweeter it is.
Yeah, very true. The forbidden fruit, man.
Oh yeah.
There's something about that. Like I never went to a strict school like that. I'm sure Spelman was pretty strict. Or
Not even the school, but like the type of people that would send their kids there. It's a certain type of parent, like super religious. Like you better not be going out there with all them fornicators now.
So
you
not your parents.
Yeah, no.
What was Mama Lally thinking?
I don't know, man. Holbrook is just so fucking shitty. Like you go to Holbrook and it's just like, oh, so where are you? You're in junior high. It's like, oh, so where are you going next year? And if you say Holbrook High, it's like, whoa, what the fuck? You're staying here?
Did you want to go to Spelman?
I did at the time, yeah. And not even because of the religious aspect,
Yeah.
just because it was like a wicked cool school.
Yeah. And so you were about it, and your parents were all on board.
Oh yeah, they loved it too. They loved the religious part because I was already starting to be like, start questioning that shit.
Yeah.
Little did they know it'd turn on them.
I had to fight my parents to go to Old Colony.
Real? Oh, because it's a
didn't-
trade school.
Yeah, it's a tech school. So they were like my dad went to a tech school, and when he was a kid, a tech school was like where you sent the burnouts, like where you sent the
Yeah.
people that aren't going to go to college, and they're just like, you got to get them good with a craft that they can fucking do with their hands, because they're not going to be able to go to school and actually actualize themselves that way. Like where you send people to be fucking mechanics or carpenters or whatever. But it's totally changed. And I kind of saw that when I went on the tour there. So I was like, Mom, Dad, I really want to go to Old Colony. Like, I want to go to a tech school. They were like, you're not going to... Dude, plus we lived right next door to Apponequet, like the regional school. And that was their whole plan, was like we moved there so I could walk to school. And it was like, it was just going to be so easy. And I was like, nope, I'm going to a tech school. But it worked out so well for me.
Dude, all those motherfuckers who own a business in a trade, they have like fucking dollar bill,
Yeah, they
man.
make bank.
Yeah.
They make fucking money.
Oh, a
That's
lot,
a like
dude.
well-hidden secret.
And so much more than just some college kid who's trying to find his first job, because dude, especially, and you wouldn't guess it, but especially like the automotive kids or the machine and tool kids or the carpentry kids, they all got set up with sick jobs right out the door. Dude, one kid, he graduated high school 1 year behind me, and he landed himself a job making $100,000 a year as a mechanic,
Whoa.
like
That's
right off the
pussy.
bat.
And plus he can work on this, like do all that fucking under the table they call it.
Yeah, I mean, he can set up
anybody
his own
knows.
shop. Like you can be a mechanic at some company, but you can also set up your own shop, which is really cool.
Dude, cars are becoming like fucking computers though. Like I feel like that skill is gonna go away.
Maybe, but I don't know. Like you'll always need someone to work on them until you have a robot that works on them.
Exactly. Like
But then someone's gotta work on the
shrinking
robot.
smaller and smaller. Like to the point where like cars used to be designed with like all this space so that you could get in there, and now it's like shrinking down. It's so high tech and well engineered.
Yeah, I think for some people still want that big like
Americans.
yeah, like big truck or like Suburban. Dude, Chevy Suburbans, those things are fucking huge.
I low-key been thinking about buying a truck.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
What makes you think of what do you need
Why?
a truck for?
For fucking plowing.
Dude, make bank.
Yeah.
The only
And
thing
just
is
to get out of
global
fucking
warming.
plowing shit.
It's just it's win or lose. Like
It is.
there's
Just
not
a
a lot.
shitload of gas, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and plus you put a beating on the frame of the truck.
Oh yeah.
I want to do that with my truck for a long time, but I just didn't.
Plowing.
Never had the capital to buy a
Honestly
plow.
though, like I know people that do plowing, and I feel like it kind of sucks if you live your life like kind of moment to moment. It's really like a lot of them we hunt with. A lot of them are my dad's friends, and they'll be like, it'll just start snowing, and they'll be like, fuck no, I'm gonna get a call. And sure enough, like as soon as the first flakes fall, they'll just like their phone will start ringing and be like, guys, I gotta go, I gotta start plowing. So like you truly, if that's your job, you live your life like waiting for the
that's
next
if you plow
snowstorm.
for somebody though.
True. Yeah. If you're just doing it like as your own
If it was
shit.
me, I would just do contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yo, like $30 per plow or $40, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just have like all the fucking old ladies in the neighborhood.
Yeah, plow out their fucking driveways and shit.
Yeah. Dude, my dad used to plow driveways when he was younger, and there was one lady that like didn't pay him for a while, and she just like she kept saying like, yeah, it'll be in the mailbox, and like he like confronted her before the next snowstorm. He was like, listen, it's gonna be like 2 feet of snow, and I'm not doing your driveway again if you don't pay me. So, like you have to pay me for the last like 6 times that I plowed and this one. And she was like, oh yeah, sure. And sure enough, like right after the snow, she calls him and she's like, yeah, just plow my driveway and I'll pay you next time. And he's like, fuck
Nope.
that. Dude, he checked the mailbox. There was nothing in there. He drove he plowed right in her driveway and plowed all the snow right up against her garage door and just left.
Your dad's a fucking savage.
Holy shit.
He's like, you ain't getting out
That's
now.
some shit I
Oh
would do.
my God.
That's fucking super petty. I like that. I like that.
Dude, very. But like, it's just so funny. Like someone just shorts you so many times. She's like, yeah, for sure, I'll pay you. Like 6 times comes around, just like right up against the door.
Dude, I got a question. You said that today was an emotional day.
Bro,
man.
it was.
I've been waiting for this shit.
It's the 12th, which is, I weigh myself once a month. You know, I only lost 7 pounds from the last 4 weeks. All in all, though, in the last 7 months, I've dropped at least 100 pounds.
Damn.
But I'm getting discouraged. You know, I'm not proud of that because I still got work to do. I'm like at the halfway point. I can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But it's like my progress is slowing down weight loss wise, not strength. You know, last month it was only a 10-pound loss, and now it's 7. I'm thinking I hit a plateau. I got to confuse my muscles, but today was pretty. It was a downer before I went to the gym.
Oh, dude.
Not gonna lie, I was discouraged as shit. I didn't even want to go to the gym today,
Really?
but I did. I did.
You got there?
Yeah, I only missed 3 days. I missed my first 2 Sundays at work while they were trying to find my replacement.
Dude,
And
you still lost weight though. Like you did. It's not like you gained weight.
Every fucking gym was closed on Christmas. Out of the last 7 months, I missed 3 days.
Damn.
So I'm gonna keep going. It's just I've been discouraged as fuck today. Emotional. I feel like a light skinned kid. Just want to listen to Drake all day.
Just like listen to your problems.
Yeah, bro. Seriously.
Dude, don't come down on yourself so hard, man.
Huh?
Like, don't come down on yourself so hard. If you've lost 100 pounds in 7 months,
7 months, man. Grinding.
that's
Dude,
fucking
I
crazy.
barely weigh 100 pounds.
Grinding.
Dude, that's great though.
It's fucking hard, but it's easy at the same time.
I know, because I
If
know
you
you
put
go
your mind
so
to it.
early too.
When I work, I'm in there at 2:30 till about 5, and I go right to work. But since I'm off, I just go when I wake up. Usually anytime between 8 and 12, depending on what the fuck I did the night before.
Yeah, it's still the morning though.
Yeah, it's always in the morning, right when I wake up. It's easier for me that way. Get it out the way.
What do you have in mind for what's your
My goal
your
right
goal?
now is a total body recomp.
Yeah.
Once I achieve that goal, then I'll probably go into like the bodybuilding, bringing up my weak
Hell
points
yeah.
and shit like that.
Do you like? Now you said strength. Do you at all like pulled towards the powerlifting side? Like push that deadlift, push that squat, push that overhead press, bench.
I made a program, so it's a 6-day program that just starts all over again on the 7th day. So I lift 5 out of the 6 days, but I do cardio every day. So I'll
Nice.
walk into the gym, I'll do a mile on the bike, then I'll stretch, then I'll lift for about 2.5 hours. Then I'll wrap it up with a half-hour cardio. On day 6 is core cardios, like today, which is fucking ab work, and then about 45 minutes cardio, 45 to an hour.
That's
And-
a heavy workout every day.
bro, every fucking day, every day.
But it's paying off in dividends.
It is. I look at it like this. I took like the last 4 years off, so I don't really need a day off from the gym. It's not like I'm fucking working on my arm every single fucking
Yeah.
day, you know?
Yeah, you already stacked your vacations. It's time to get back to work.
Exactly.
Does it help you like stay mentally balanced as well?
Oh, yeah.
Like keeps you get all that fucking whether it's rage or sad, whatever it is out. Like,
Well,
do you put your emotions into the workout or?
Well, when my sister died in July, I did. I was fucking essentially grieving in the gym. They say people grieve in different ways. I was grieving in that fucking gym. I still am in a sense.
No shit, my dude.
That ass. It's helped me a lot.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, my dude, but
not your fault.
that is a good fucking way to get that energy out of you.
It is.
Yeah, because a lot of people self-destruct when shit like that happens to them.
Like, my family got pissed at me the day she died. I'm like, well, I'm going to the gym. They're like, do you have to go now? I'm like, sitting in a circle singing Kumbaya isn't going to do anything good for me. I got the fuck out.
Dude, people don't see movement as not cleansing, but
Meditation.
not even like it gets it out of you. I guess cleansing is the right word. Like people think like, oh, like you gotta fucking cry it out and all this shit. Like literally just moving and getting that energy out of you, like
Yeah.
all that pent up anger and sadness, frustration. That it's so cathartic.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sometimes maybe you need a good cry, but I feel like you can't just sit around fucking crying yourself to sleep every night. You got at some point, you got to get up and you have to. It's so cliche, but you gotta, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Boots on the ground, soldier.
Boots on the ground, man.
Dude, movement, it just doesn't get enough credit for how much it helps in situations like that. Dealing with emotions.
Yeah.
For me, running, that is any sort of emotion I'm feeling just bubbles right up to the top when I run.
That's your
like
gateway.
whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, like I said, frustration,
Happiness too, I bet.
happiness, joy. That's a big one. Like I just feel so elated sometimes. Like last time when I slept over here on Monday night, I went for a run. It was the first warm day after all those fucking cold days, and I was just listening to some reggae, dude, and just running around, and it was like felt like spring, and I was just bursting with happiness, dude.
Bursting with joy.
I love it,
road,
dude.
Smiling.
Yup.
Someone's out there like slipping on ice. They're like, oh, fucking gross
comes
day. And you
Brett.
just run down like, hey, morning.
In my fucking running sandals, shorts.
Oh, shit. That's funny, man.
Dude, one time down the Cape, it's this total side story, but so it's like it's pure happiness down there. It's the best place. So one of our neighbors had recently just bought his house, so he was sitting out there mad late at night, and he said he had just like smoked a little pot. He had a beer. It was like 1 a.m. and he was just sitting in the dark on his porch, like thinking like, damn, I can't believe I finally got all the money to do this shit and really buy it. And some guy rode by on his bike real slow, and he's like, hey, my friend, how are you? And he scared the living fuck out of the guy. And he was like, fuck. He's like, I fucking hate this place. And the guy got so fucking mad. And it just became like such an inside joke. Like imagine just having all that pent up anger that you just get scared and you're like, ugh. Like just a lot of people live like that though. A lot of people are just ready to snap.
Dude, I live across the street from one of them.
True.
This guy, I won't say who it is. I won't like indicate, but one of the neighbors, man, he's like ready to explode at any given moment.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first moved in, like right before I moved in, actually, I saw him like working on a fence in his yard, and I walked up to him. I was like, "Hey, how's it going, man? Just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Drew. I'm gonna be moving into the house, next to you, probably within the next week or so. Just wanted to like put a face to the name and introduce myself." And he just like looks. I had my hand out like to shake his hand, and he just like looks at my hand and looks back at me. He's like, you go to the college? I'm like, yeah, I'm a student at BSU. I'm gonna enter my senior year. And he's just like, he had like this scowl on his face, and he's just like, no parties, right? I was like, no parties, man. You're not gonna have to worry about us. And then he just like shakes my hand, and I'm like, I try to like make some small talk with him. I'm like, so how long you been living in the area? And he's just like totally shut off. I didn't really think much of it at the time, but like over time, like there have been gradual moments where I've noticed more and more that he's just like an angry person. Like I was like longboarding down the street one day, and I see a car like coming up behind me, so I move over to the sidewalk, and I give him plenty of room to go by. And dude, as he drives by, he just like lays on the horn, like bah! Like right as he drives by me, and he had his window down, so I looked at him. He's driving like 10 miles an hour. So I had enough time to like, as I'm longboarding, have a little conversation with him. I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? Everything all right? He just like didn't even look back at me. He just like kept going. Then there's one time I was like, I see him out in the street. I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, bad. How about you? I'm like, oh, living the dream. And he's like, what'd you say to me?
Yeah.
I was like, said living the dream. He's like, oh, all right. But like, just how
ready to snap.
Yeah, like redlining all day, just ready to go over.
Pissed
Needs
at
to
the
get
day.
his dick wet.
Probably.
Huh?
Please, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that live like that, dude. And like, what do you do?
You know
Because
what's funny though?
no, go on.
Is that you see it in a different way too at the school. You see it in people ready to be outraged. Not so much like pure rage like he has.
But ready to fight.
Yeah, they're ready to be offended.
Dude, I could talk about that all day.
Do you catch a lot of that shit in the lunchroom, my dude? Just entitled fucks. Like, oh my god, this food is so bad.
Yeah, there was this one kid. There was this one time I was doing stir fry like 2 years ago. I went to grab a cup, 2 cups of apple juice. I took my 2 cups of apple juice. This kid's like, "Hey, you gonna leave any juice in there for me, bro?" Me being petty, I opened the machine. I took all the bags of concentrate out, and threw them in the trash.
They're like, no, I'm fucking not.
Not anymore.
Exactly. I'll break my back for nice kids and shit like that, but the assholes, fuck them.
No, absolutely.
Dude, like, it's back to winning people over. Like, fuck winning people over.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like I don't know. There's definitely some times where I see if someone is just generally angry, kill them with kindness. But like, there's only so much kindness to go
Only
around.
so much you can take.
You know,
Yep.
like you can give people chances, but at some point you have to like hunker down and actually stand your ground against people.
Have you guys ever had a true, like, personality conflict with somebody? Like, it's not even like this outright confrontation. Like, you guys just don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're such different people that they're totally incompatible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're really being yourself, I feel like when you're being true to yourself, you naturally make enemies.
I like enemies and haters.
Do you?
I fucking love them. Lets me know I'm doing a good job.
See, that's just it. When you have if you don't have any enemies, you're probably not standing up for anything.
True. Yeah, you're being like a politician.
Yeah, because
Like
to
you-
have an opinion means somebody has the opposite opinion.
Very true.
And if you're not being true to yourself, then you're gonna make enemies who might not actually be your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make your true enemies.
Yeah. Dude, I saw something last night that is kind of on the same page as that. This like Republican guy had set up at a liberal college, and he like set up a table, and he had this like big banner on the front, and it was like there are 2 genders, try to change my mind. And it was kind of like opening it up to conversation. So like people would see it, and I'm sure people would see it and been like, what the fuck? And they'd go up, like I saw a lot of students went up to this guy like ready to berate him pretty much. And then he's just like, oh, sit down, like have a conversation with me, shakes their hand and stuff. And there was like a lot of really constructive conversation. And I was like on the same page as him for a little while, not with like his viewpoint, but just with the way he was handling it, until I saw one girl had sat down with him, and she was a far superior debater than him, and she kind of wrecked him. But I like saw him start getting like mad about it, and his blood started boiling, and then he just started like his debate went away from the topic at hand and just went to like berating her, and he's like, oh, like you're not letting me talk, like you're being rude, and then he lost me.
That's because you know he was losing.
Exactly.
Anytime someone's getting emotional in debate, they know they're losing.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
just about to say that exact thing. As soon as your emotions get in it,
Yep, you lost.
you lost.
Yeah, absolutely. And there have been so many times where I've been debating people and my emotions get into it. And sometimes you don't realize till afterwards. Like you think that because I feel like your subconscious fools you, and it just like gets you mad because you're like, this person isn't listening, but you're mad at yourself in a way.
Yeah, you're like, I can't out talk them.
That's a touchy subject, though.
What is?
2 genders, if there's 2 genders.
I was gonna ask you, what is your general opinion on it?
It's my general opinion. Honestly, I don't really care
Yeah, who cares
how
what people
somebody
do?
identifies themselves or their sexual orientation, but just keep that shit away from me. Yeah.
I just think that the body is naturally wired one way or another, and people can identify however they want, and they can ask to be called whatever they want, but you can't legally make me call you anything.
That was one of the big topics that he brought up, was that like if you guys want to do this, then sure, but don't make it so that you can be arrested for misgendering someone, which I agree with for the most part. I mean, I can see if someone's being an asshole and they're like harassing someone, following them around like you think you're a fucking man, just scream like that is harassment 100%. But like there have definitely been cases where like someone is sued for, like a company is sued for millions because they misgendered someone when they didn't even realize what was going on. Yeah. I think that it's such a tender area that you have to be careful.
The way I see it, policy, like law, it follows public opinion.
It does.
So people think a certain way, and then the laws reflect that.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to policy in.
They're trying to make it like reversed.
public opinion. They're trying to change the way that people think through law, and you can't do that. So if this country and just people in general, I guess, start thinking that way, that there is multiple genders, so be it. And let the law, but at the same time,
I was just gonna say, like,
that's a slippery slope.
if I were to play devil's advocate, I would say, gay marriage. That was something that I feel like the whole country wasn't sold on yet, but they changed it through policy. And now I feel like because it was changed through policy, everyone adapted so quick. Like dude,
Don't fool yourself though. A large portion of this country hates the fact that there's gay marriage.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
They opened the door for some weird shit because people can start to identify themselves as different races and shit. I can
Very
wake
true.
up feeling like a Japanese person tomorrow and shit.
Dude, that shit's
You know what I
fucked
mean?
up. Was that in full color? That white bitch's like, who's like, oh, I'm black now.
I don't even remember.
Can you turn that
That's the
screen
thing.
for me? Do you mind?
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a great topic because one of the things I had a teacher in high school, and he was like honestly, there's a lot you can change about yourself. If you you want to have long hair, you can grow it out and you can change that about yourself. If you want to, and he basically like progressed it over time, but he's like, if you want to, lose weight and become a different weighted person, like you can do that. If you want to change your gender, you can even do that. Like you can change, but like you can't change your race because it's not something that you get to decide. It's where you're born. It's your ethnicity. So that's
But
like
if you
people
can't
trying to
change
change
your
it.
race, then you can't essentially change the gender in one way or another.
Why do you say? Oh, I don't understand why.
Because you're born a certain race,
Hmm.
you were also born a certain gender.
Yeah, like we can like medicate our way to having more estrogen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a true woman. I guess it's a definition type deal.
Yeah, I think the main thing they're saying is like sex and gender is separate, and you can change. Like gender, I feel like you can change non-physically, non-surgically. Like if you want to adapt and have more, typical male gender traits, you can totally do that, and a lot of people do. Like back in the day, they used to call it like, I don't know, being a tomboy or something. I don't think it equates to being the same thing, but I feel like that's a very fluid area that you can change. Whereas sex is the main debate. I feel like most people are debating whether or not you can change your sex, because I feel like
Go ahead, like who cares?
Yeah, to me, I truly don't give a fuck. Like when it comes to like recently they had the big controversy with the military, and they're like, oh, we don't want trans people fighting in the military.
That's a good topic, dude.
I don't give a fuck who's in the military. If someone is willing to put their life on the line to protect me while I'm fucking chilling in my home, and they're gonna fly to another country and put themselves in harm's way just to keep me safe, dude, I don't give a fuck if they identify as like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking
dude,
who cares?
Yeah, if you're there to help me, I truly don't care. And like that's the thing is people want to micromanage what's going on in the military. And
Now, as a veteran, how do you feel about transgenders? Not even just transgenders, but women in the military. Like, do you think
I think it's great. They're trying to get fucking women infantry platoons too. I wouldn't mind that if they didn't lower the standards. If they lower the standards in any way, then it's
Totally
going to get people
agree.
fucking killed.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Because the person literally needs to be able to lift the weight they need to be able to lift.
Yeah, they need to lift their female counterparts up if need be. Get them on the fucking go.
But to act like a woman can't be a badass is fucking dumb. Like, I go to jujitsu and I'm like, there's some girls I'm like, she would, like, if we ever got in a fight, she'd kill me.
yeah.
Like, she's half my size, but that person would absolutely assassinate me. And it's like being a woman and being smaller doesn't mean anything.
No,
Like,
absolutely
totally
not.
skill and experience.
Like I've seen videos of like female cops that are trying to like fuck with kids skateboarding, and it's just like so funny because the kid will be 6'4" fighting this like 5-foot cop, and she's just like, hey, like stop that, like he's trying to grab, or rather she's trying to grab onto him, and he's just like nope, like sliding away, and she has no strength over him. But for people to say that that's because she's a woman, that's ridiculous, because I'm basically the same height as her. If I tried to be a cop, it doesn't matter if I'm fucking male or female, I couldn't take on some huge like 6'4" dude. It just couldn't happen.
You
Unless
could,
I
though,
was
in a wrestling match.
yeah, if I was like
you
a
know
master
more.
at jujitsu or something.
Not even just wrestling. If you are truly just more experienced than him, then you'll be able to kick
Very
his ass.
true. But I think naturally like the advantage is on his side.
You could
Oh,
play
yeah.
dirty if you swipe his knees.
True, true. I just like pull a baseball bat
Yeah,
out.
it's over.
Oh shit. But yeah, like back on the like having transgenders in the military, I feel like truly most people don't care. It just comes down to I feel like it just comes down to money. You know? Like one of the main arguments they were using was like, oh, transgendered soldiers require different bathrooms. Where like I really don't think that costs that much more. They were saying that the US military can pay for Viagra for like male employees. So if you're making the argument that it's money, then there's definitely plenty that can be trimmed on both sides.
Fact.
Do you know what's something that you made me just think of? Was how when Trump was getting elected, like a ton of women were talking about getting the what's the name of it? Fuck, I totally forget the name. It's an implant so that you don't get pregnant, but it's a long-term thing. It's like it lasts like 4 or 5 years. I'm totally blanking on the acronym.
I know exactly what you're saying, but
Because they didn't want if Trump made fucking birth control or something not covered and you had to start paying for it, they'd be shit out of luck.
yeah. That's crazy. I think they did that in one of the southern states was they made it so virtually impossible for girls to get birth control that they had to go to other states around them to get birth control.
Dude, do you know what else do you know what you made me just think of? Is
Dumb.
fucking did you guys see how Jeff Sessions released that thing where a state can choose to what level it wants to enforce
Yes.
federal marijuana law?
Yes, I
Did
did
you
see that.
Did you just see that Massachusetts said that they will completely and totally disregard and respect state law only?
I did, dude.
I was like, nice, Massachusetts, dude. Late adopters, but they stuck up for us.
Dude, Jeff Sessions is such an ass. I hate the feeling of being represented by him.
He's just a weak man.
Yeah.
Like just totally in it for himself and the gain, whatever gain he can get.
Yeah, he said, what was his quote? Like, good people don't smoke marijuana.
Verbatim. You got it.
Fucking ridiculous. How can you make that statement about anything? Especially dude, fucking weed. Like, if a good person doesn't smoke marijuana, fine. But like, they definitely don't drink alcohol. They're definitely not smoking cigarettes. Like, you have to. I just want them to be. What's the word? I want them to have some consistency in the laws that they're writing. Like, it feels like they're just picking and choosing.
I forgot where it went. I think it was Norway, but Trump sent some ambassador over there, named some new ambassador, and he was trying to dodge something. And like a quote by one of the reporters was, "This is Norway. You have to answer our questions."
What?
Because like he was trying to dodge, and he's like, "This isn't America. Like you have to tell us the truth."
Oh, I thought Trump said that to them. That's
No.
fucking funny.
Right? He's like, "This isn't America, motherfucker." Like in America, you can just be like just dodge.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that he called like a bunch of like more poor countries? He called them shithole countries.
Jesus.
I seen that shit today. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I just saw it on Reddit that he said that
You're
like
fucking kidding
like
me, man.
Haiti and I think it was like Dominican Republic and shit like that. He was just saying like, why do we have people coming from shithole countries? I think it was related to Norway because then he said to the people of Norway like why can't we have more people coming from Norway? We need more of you. He was like what about Haitians? Like we don't need any more of them. I think he actually said that. I want to find that legit quote, but it was
Dude.
crazy.
Back
Immigrants
to
are the most fucking hardest workers I've ever met. Some of the hardest workers I've ever known are all immigrants.
Oh, absolutely.
Mostly immigrants. Like, I go to class, and there was this one guy, my teacher used to call him Buddha because he was this big dude who sat in the front.
Buddha.
And he'd often fall asleep in class. And the teacher's like, at first he started cussing him out, and then he's like, "Why the fuck you always falling asleep in my class?" And he's like, "Well, I do a 12-hour overnight shift before this class, and it was an 8 a.m." He's like, "So I haven't slept since
That's rough.
yesterday." And the teacher's like, "Oh, sorry," like foot
Yeah.
in mouth.
If I were that professor, I'd be like, dude, as long as you can get a good grade, you sleep as much as you got to.
Exactly.
Like, as long as you're still putting the work in. And I'm sure, like, dude, that's the thing. I hate how people think that their GPA entirely reflects, like, how good they are a student.
Yeah.
Because I have so much more respect for the student that might have the lower GPA, but they're actually working to support themselves through college. And they don't have this, like money coming in to help them. Like I get help from my parents, so I'm not one to talk and say like, oh, like you gotta do it for yourself. But
But you're also weaning yourself off.
yeah,
Not even weaning yourself, but like transitioning into adulthood and taking on your own expenses. There's
Exactly,
some people
yeah.
who ride that wave as long as they can.
yeah, and I'm learning how to, and it's not easy. It's not easy to actually support yourself, and even if you have the money, just all the responsibilities you have on the side. That's why I have so much respect for the students that are able to make their own hustle, put themselves through school, and have that organized life on the side. There's very few students that I meet like that here, but those are the people that I want to surround myself with
Me too, man.
because
5%ers.
they're the most structured. Yeah, 5%ers, dude.
Back to the weed talk. I hope the dispensaries still remain to be open in June
Why, June?
because they said it was supposed to be.
Yeah, June 2018,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
I hope
oh
so.
shit. Where's the nearest one to us?
I don't know.
I heard there
Bridgewater
was
turned
one
it
going
down.
right in
East Bridgewater turned
Oh,
it down.
Bridgewater turned it down?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
East Bridgewater turned it down.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of other places turned it down.
I think Freetown has a dispensary going there. So
No shit.
that's my hometown, dude. Represent.
Hold
I mean,
up.
there's a bunch of like rednecks in Freetown. Of course they want that, dude.
This town is changing, Bridgewater. It's going from old fucking grumpy white people, farmers, and it's becoming new. It's becoming a city. We're watching the birth of a city.
There's a lot of new life I see here.
They got
You know.
2 medical centers, 2 medicinal centers in Bridgewater.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
One should be open by the end of the year. The other one's already open. Theory Wellness.
Dude,
Up off 104.
And this shit's right off the highway.
Yeah.
Like,
But you need
it's
your
a
card for it.
good spot, man.
I don't think the places that can do that are going to fucking sell to everybody until they can.
True. My dude, what made you grow out your hair?
Because my hair has never been as long as it is right now.
Really?
I was
Oh, you've
fucking
always had short hair?
I've had mini fro and shit like that, but nah, I've never grew out.
How do you like it?
I fucking love it.
Doesn't it feel like more of yourself? Feel like this is fucking me, dude.
It's all different. I like it. It was weird at first, feeling like I had fucking spiders crawling all over my fucking face with these dreads. But it's cool now.
How far do you plan to go?
Oh, bro, I'm going down.
You're going
Past
down.
my shoulders, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait till it reaches my shoulders now.
We go
Once I
for
get to there, it'll be cool.
My dude's gonna go for the man bun.
Bro, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Are you gonna keep dreading them as it goes out?
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
I want to get these done.
Dude, you ever seen the Reggie Watts hairstyle?
I'll go with it.
It's
a
in a
funny
bun,
one.
but it's fucking. He just has it froed after the bun.
Yeah.
It's,
I found the
it's some
quote.
wild shit.
You found it?
Yeah, he was like, "Why are we having all these people from shithole countries come here?" And according to these people, referring to countries mentioned by, so like he was meeting with lawmakers, and they were talking about certain countries, mostly African countries, and he's like, "Why do we have all these people from shithole countries come here?" And later on, he was like, "And why do we need more Haitians?" He said, "Take them out." Quote, "Take them out."
What?
What do you mean, take them out?
That dude's wildin'.
Dude, he's just like,
Damn, he got a
he's
fucking
going
phone,
off the
Reggie
rails,
Watts.
man.
Right?
Oh, you got Reggie Watts over there?
Yeah, I was looking at him on my phone. That's crazy.
None of those are that.
He's a talented dude.
There it is. Go down a little more. A little more. Right there. Or right here.
This dude right here?
Yeah, it's in a bun. A side bun, and then he's got that shit fucking
That's
thrown
original.
after that shit.
That's definitely classic.
My boy Reggie. He's one of the most talented musicians I've seen in a while.
Dude, what do you guys think of everyone who's like, Oprah for president?
Fuck that. I don't want celebrities as presidents.
Exactly, man. We need people who are like overqualified for the position.
I want to see some professional, like, young man or woman up there, just like someone who's actually respectable and they're I don't know, they care about the people and they're not just in it for themselves. Like Trump is just, he's such an egomaniac to me that I feel like the presidency was all for himself. Like he just wanted that accomplishment.
He's a savage on the low, though.
He is.
I like
He's
it just 'cause of
absolutely
the
a
shit he
savage.
talks. I like that.
Dude, he says it. He says what he thinks.
He's a fucking savage.
No, he's a professional shit talker, dude. Like I feel like in a locker room, like you wouldn't stand a chance trying to like have a verbal conflict with him.
Young Trump.
He's just like, he's up so many echelons that he can just look down and be like, "You think you're fucking anything?"
Meanwhile, he's got a fucking like spray tan and fake hair. I'm like, dude, I'm not worried about
Yeah.
your opinion.
I don't even think his hair's fake. I think it's just so long and like thin that he's like combing it over a bunch of times.
As an old man, that shit is most certainly white by now, and he is keeping that shit dyed.
Yeah, dude. He said he said this a while ago, but it was a direct quote that if he became president, he would shave his head. He said it like way back because someone asked him like, how are you gonna have time to run the country if you're gonna be like doing your hair every morning? And he was like, oh, you're right. You know, I'll probably cut it off just so I can focus on the presidency. Dude, I want to see Trump shave his head.
Damn.
I feel like he would look so much more intimidating without that
Oh,
that like fucking goose looking thing on his head.
imagine him like pasty white hair,
No spray
shaved
tan.
head. Yeah.
Au natural.
Oh, that'd be gross, actually.
But I don't want like a.
That'd be
like
the only way it could be worse.
True. But then again, I feel like it's just so.
True to form.
It's so true to form on how he's just like this like gross thing, and he just like covers himself up with makeup to make him look pretty.
Ugh.
It's
Just
a
wants
crazy
to be
world,
appealing.
man.
Oh, it totally is. I would have never thought he'd be president. But like, I also wouldn't be happy if Hillary was president either. She was corrupt as fuck.
I didn't vote for either of them. I literally voted for these nuts in question 4.
He's nuts.
He's nuts.
Yes, I wrote that in.
True, dude. True to yourself.
Yeah.
I like that.
I went in there just for question 4, which passed.
Question 4. Dude.
Yep. We legalized it. We all voted for it.
I have the sticker on my dugout. The
That's
little I
sick.
voted sticker.
The day after the election, I went to a hydro store. I was learning everything I would need to know to start
Yup.
growing.
Dude, that's sick.
It's so cool how now we can just totally grow our own plants.
Oh, dead ass.
Completely legal. Dude, it's so in depth. Like we have learned how to cultivate pot.
We've learned how to cultivate a lot of shit. If you look at like corn compared to
True.
what corn used to look like before we domesticated it, it was like it looked like fucking a little wheatgrass thing with a couple like, what do you call them, like singular corn pieces on it, and they were tiny as fuck, but they made it so heavy and so thick. Humans are so ingenious, man. They truly are.
Dude, if you fucking plant a pot, like a pot seed out in your backyard and don't attend to it, that shit will be so scraggly, like so airy, loose. That shit won't look nothing like pot. But when you're growing it and you're constantly feeding it nutrients and
Trimming it.
trimming it so it bushes and bushes, like that attention is what really like brings it to the next level.
It's funny how in a way we know more about what the plant needs to live than the plant actually can do naturally. You know?
Yeah, we can make the perfect environment for it.
Yeah, like
It's funny how we do that for for other things, except we can't see that for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Very
like, we
true.
can't be like, let's design the perfect environment for humans. Like our environment is totally not suited
it's trash,
for
dude.
being a human.
Like a office with a cubicle and shit, and not actually working out, having this like filtered air coming in, no natural light. Like that's
What do you
not what
got
a
there,
human
my dude?
needs.
Did you ever see my plant grow up?
No, I didn't.
That's it, not too far from the starting. I know you've seen it on the snap. Kinda
Yeah,
like
dude,
in bits and pieces.
I caught that the whole way.
Yeah.
Dude, we actually even have a little the finished product.
Beautiful.
Shit was 3 feet tall, over 3 feet wide.
Dude, isn't that shit so satisfying?
It really is. It's no better feeling than smoking your own shit. Because I know that plant is nowhere else but my safe right now.
Yeah. And it must be fulfilling to actually attend to it and have it mature to its final form.
It's a process.
And even
Yeah.
to do this shit and be like, I am completely allowed to do this shit right now.
Yeah, my first one, not too bad.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Got a little over 12 ounces.
It's nice and close to the end there.
I had to cut it early.
We'll have to link that after.
I had to
Picture
cut
in
it
picture.
early.
Oh,
Dude, this is a sick lighter piece.
You said you want me to send this to you?
Yeah, we'll get it
Yeah.
after the fact.
All right,
that's really cool though. That, like you said, that we're allowed to do it now.
Hmm.
Think of how, just in the recent past, you could be on your way to jail for growing a plant
Bro, fucking
that's native to this
50
area.
miles north, go to New Hampshire right
True.
now, and you will get decades in jail.
That's insane to me.
Right? Dude, growing your own plant is kind of similar to bear with me, hunting for your own food in a way. Like, because you have
Yeah.
that narrative, that story tied to not the food, but whatever it is that the product
You're
is.
emotionally invested in it.
Yeah, like you remember all those mornings like where you got up and watered it, or like if you're hunting, you remember that like the animal first running out and you seeing it, and like
Yeah, I could see it.
like there's meaning to what you're consuming.
It's like it's on par with that hunter gatherer lifestyle.
Yeah, I guess it's
Like
just bringing
agriculture.
anything into existence that you're gonna
It's a beautiful
Consume.
lifestyle.
hunting or smoking or growing.
Both.
Both, dude. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Both
wish
at the
I
same
brought my
time.
notebook.
You wish what?
I wish I brought my notebook here.
Why?
Oh, it was my fucking weed journal.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, that would have been sick, dude.
Yeah.
What was your final tally? Do you remember?
12.6 ounces.
Damn.
I made 2 pounds of fucking butter, which is still in my freezer.
Wow.
You haven't touched it?
One of my boys have tried it out. I've never tried it out. My
Dude.
boys made some brownies with it.
You should be putting that shit on toast every day you don't have work.
That was right around the time with my sister shit. And there was
Oh.
way too much shit going on at the house.
Yep. 100% agree with
Yeah.
that.
And I've just been waiting for a rainy day to use the butter, actually.
It's important to feel those emotions and not run away from them.
I was
Just
fucking
get-
Jim, man. Jim
Yep.
helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you that it's just that outlet.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Like, fuck everything.
I was being destructive, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Constructive destruction.
Yeah.
Want to take a quick break?
Yeah, let's do it, my dude. Live. We're live.
So Jordan just showed us a good song that actually gave me a little
Reggae
question to ask
soul.
you. Do you use music throughout the day to like get yourself through tasks? Like
Oh,
do
yes,
you
easily.
do you like I don't know, like clean your room to music and like drive to music?
Bro, I'll literally, I drive to music all the fucking time.
Mm.
I literally play music at work sometimes on my phone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Dude,
like
music
it.
is medicine.
It is.
Like, you can take it to get a certain state of mind. Like, how we were, like, listening to Manowar before, and you're like, dude, that's fucking
Yeah, that shit was heavy.
Jim.
I fuck with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, dude? I love that music where it's just like just so much energy that there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do except move. Like, music that truly inspires movement.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny because I used to drive to music all the time. Everywhere I went, I had to have music going. And when I was home, I was more of like, that's like my meditative silence. And I kind of, I don't know, I'd be productive there. But like recently, they've been like spilling over. And sometimes now when I drive, like I don't even pull my phone out of my pocket and I kind of like embrace the silence for a little while. Like, especially if I have something on my mind, I use the driving as like a small meditation where I just focus on one thing. And I'm like just focusing on driving or just focusing on like working shit through while I'm going. And it's honestly pretty meditative. And at the same time, I've been listening to more music when I'm at home, like doing a task. Like when I was applying for jobs, I was jamming out while I was doing it. And I like completely cleaned my room and like organized everything. And I was I remember what I was listening to. I think I was listening to The Doors, and I listened to like one of their entire albums. It truly makes time fly when you listen to music while you do stuff.
It does.
I know you said the gym's, like, meditative for you. Is there anything else you do that really, like, gives you
Music.
that mental peace? Music?
I play music too.
Do you? Dude, I was going to say earlier, you seem like a musical guy to me.
Yeah.
What do you play?
I play the keyboard,
Dude, really?
the guitar, and bass.
No shit, my
Yeah.
dude. That's fucking awesome.
I haven't been playing recently.
Dude, it must
When
be
I
so
was
much fun when you
engaged
pick it
into
up.
I was playing a strong 10 years.
Damn.
And then fucking military shit happened, and fucking life happened, and fucking
Do you think you
I
could
try to pick it up here and there.
Do you think you could jam out on some bongos, dude?
On some bongos?
Yeah.
Possibly if the vibe's right.
That would be sick, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I love bongos. It's so much fun.
I've been thinking I want to get some fucking set of drums. Like some set of traditional sounding drums.
Really want to
pick.
piss off your parents like that?
Yeah.
You get electric ones too.
Oh, have you seen
Yeah.
those electric
Yeah,
sets,
my
dude?
boy
That
got a
shit's
pair.
sick.
Yeah.
My boy bought one 3 months back.
What do you guys think about like electronic music kind of taking over?
It's funny, dude. I was at work today, and this kid was showing me how he makes beats on Logic. It was so insane. 'Cause he's like, "Oh, I'm a keyboard player," and he was like playing the beat on the keyboard because it just uses the middle row of keys. And
Yeah.
it was insane.
Yeah.
And he had access to. He could play the violin on it. He had drums, hi-hat, like
All the notes are there.
dude, he had all these different sorts of sounds immediately available to him.
Do you think it's truly better than actually playing a violin, though?
No way.
Do you think one day it can be?
See, I listen to music and I seek out that
Authenticity.
that purest, that authentic sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I often want to pick my guitar back up again and play that, but at the same time, dude, I like the playing the keyboard. Like that's a lot of fun. And if you have the right technology, like iPads are so geared towards music creators now. Like you can have all those apps that are like, you know, drum pads or like have you seen those Ableton like music blocks?
Yes, dude.
A lot of people love those things.
Dude, we should start a band.
Bad band.
Jordo and the Bad Band.
I've been trying to practice with the guys I practice with.
What do they
With-
play?
Usually just the three of us. My boy on the fucking drums, my other dude on the bass, and me on the guitar.
Are you more of a lead or rhythm, or do you prefer the bass?
I'd rather lead, but I fuck with rhythm too.
I feel like there's something that's truly communal about music. And I feel like we use it, especially now with like everyone's got iPhones and everyone's got headphones. I feel like it's a very solo thing, but the true joy in music to me comes out in groups. Like even if you're just dancing with a bunch of friends at a house or something. But I've never actually experienced that, like being in a band and being part of that. But that has to be truly amazing, and that has to be such a nice feeling.
Just jamming.
Jam out with your boys.
Yeah.
Dude, you said that you lost music once you went into the military. Do you feel like going in the military changed you as a person?
100%.
Made you
Yes.
in what way?
In every way possible.
Was it good for you?
Good and bad for me. It turned me into a savage though.
Dude, wars used to be brutal. Imagine killing some dude with a fucking with a sword.
bayonet or
Yeah.
something. That's insane. They used to have like imagine like a one-on-one sword fight.
Oh,
Fucking
Jesus
duel.
Christ.
you're like, all right, one of us is gonna live here, and one of us is gonna die right now.
Yeah. Dude, I heard, I can't remember who told me this. It might have even been you, but I heard that like back in the day when New York was like mainly run by the mafia and shit, like they would have, if like two people were going to settle a dispute or a fight, like they wouldn't do it with guns. They would tie each other's hands together.
Good, that's
Like
yours,
you would
man.
like you would tie
Communal, dude. We're trying her out.
like if you and I had a dispute, like they would tie our left hands together and each of us would be holding a knife in our right hand and we would have to
Whoa.
fight it out right then and there.
Just who can stab the most times?
Insane, right?
That's
Imagine like
ridiculous.
being tied to someone. Both you have knives and you're like, all right, we. How do you even fucking get past that?
Oh, dude, not even stabbing each other, but imagine if you were handcuffed to some motherfucker you didn't like all day. Oh,
All day. I wouldn't last all day if I was handcuffed to somebody. I didn't like
you'd be
all day.
dragging around the body. How do you deal with people you don't like? I know we said earlier about how you don't want to just kill them with kindness.
Most of the time, I do kill them with kindness, but like, it comes a point where, I don't know. I'm good at like putting the facade up, where like I can still pretend something's kindness, but still be like it's like that passive aggressive spirit, you know. Like you can, dude. It was like you were talking about this. I don't like this one guy that was giving you shit, and you just like fist bumped him on the way out.
Yeah.
And he's like didn't even give you the time of day, so you're just like peace, buddy, and just give him like a light tap.
Yep.
Like
It's
there's a little beauty in that.
right? It's like, dude, I get that you don't want to, but goodbye. Like, I don't know. You're like giving them the kindness even though they don't outwardly consent to it.
I feel like it's definitely more noble if you have a disagreement with someone to be flat out open with them, though. You know, not
Yeah.
like not be rude as fuck,
Get out in
but
front of it.
but
Yep.
just be like, dude, we have a disagreement. Like, why don't we talk about this?
Yeah, like, dude, it's an art form to be able to like peacefully confront somebody on something.
Mm.
Like, because if you come at somebody with fire, you're like, you fucking did this and did this. Like, you look. That's how you said earlier. Like, as soon as your emotions get into it, like, you've lost.
Yeah.
You see a lot of that with road rage.
Oh my! People get so mad. It's like we were saying earlier, dude. People are fucking ready to snap, and
Yeah.
just being on the road just fucking
You ever had road rage?
To
Like,
what
what's-
level?
to what loud good.
I don't know.
good
Let
fucking
me
question.
restructure then, Could you guys give me your worst road rage experiences? Maybe like one that happened to you and one of like someone you had to deal with.
Dude, so I was fucking driving and this person was just riding my ass. So I turned my car sideways in the street and got out and fucking ripped my shirt off and stood on the top of the car and just fucking threw a rock through the person's window. I'm totally fucking... Oh, you put this in first.
All right, now a real one.
Dude, my road rage has never really surpassed me just like screaming to myself in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you fucking idiot!
Same here.
That happens to me every fucking day.
Dude, one time I had some lady fucking... I literally don't even know what I did wrong. And all of a sudden at the red light, she just came up to my window and was just like bang on. She's like, fuck you, you motherfucker. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it turned green and I just pulled away. And then she literally followed me. And I went through my neighborhood and there's like this little... It's not a rotary, but it's in the shape of a circle. And I literally just went around it like 4 times. And she just like laid in the horn and was just like with the middle finger and just pulled away.
Oh my god.
So I guess that's a road rage story that happened to me.
I did something very similar once.
You did something?
No, like something very similar happened to me where I went to turn around this dude's driveway. Like I was going down the street and I was like, oh fuck, going the wrong way. I just pulled into this guy's driveway right as he was pulling out. And like it wasn't like I almost hit him or anything. There was plenty of space between us. But he was coming in, he just saw me like pull into his driveway and back out. I don't know if he thought I was like gonna pull in and like try to break into his house or some shit, but he followed me.
No
and
shit.
He kept following me because I knew he was following me because I went down like a side road that nobody goes down and he still followed me. So I just like kept like zipping, making a couple turns. And eventually I like pulled into this park in my town and he followed me down this dirt road into the park. So as soon as I got in there, I just like threw it in first and ripped around. So I was facing him. And then it was just like a stare off. And I was just like facing this dude. And then I just pulled up next to him and like I stopped next to his window. He didn't roll his window down. And so I just kept going. And that was it. Like it was a completely nonverbal confrontation. But like, I'm like, what the fuck is this dude following me for?
People are just fucking so mad at their life, man.
It's like we were saying earlier. People are ready to be offended and ready to fight. And I feel like, especially on the road, because it's not a hostile place, but like a volatile place, I guess. Because, I don't know, an accident could happen at any time. But
Seriously.
people are on their game and they're ready to explode.
And also that's where entitlement really shows up. People feel like they're the only one on the road. And when you step into that and break that facade,
Yeah.
they get pissed.
Like, what the fuck, asshole? I
'Cause
was
they
going
can't-
there.
Yeah, they don't see the mass scale of all of us moving the same way together.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm driving down this road. Nobody better get in my fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
My first road rage incident happened right after high school. Where I'm driving. The light turns red. I slow down. I come to a complete stop. The bitch behind me hits my bumper. Nothing major. I let it go. She gets in the right lane to turn right. I'm going left. She then tries to turn right. She almost hits my car again. Our cars separate because there's the lanes open up into 2 different lanes. I rolled my window down and I threw my fucking open bottle. Not open bottle. It was from fucking McDonald's. It was a sweet tea. Threw it right at her face. Her window was down. That
Oh,
was my first.
Headshot.
bomb. It's literally like open, just like toss that
I
right.
hate driving. There are some dickhead drivers out there.
Oh, yeah. Dude, do you remember when people used to do that prank at the drive-thru at McDonald's? They called it like cupping or something. You'd get like a cup of water and you'd squeeze it, but then they started like throwing them back into the drive-thru window.
Oh, that's mean.
It's mean, but McDonald's employees start getting hip to it and they'd be ready. So someone would like go to throw it back and they'd swat it and they'd have like, I saw this one video, this like drive-thru girl, she already had a cup ready at the windowsill for if anything happened.
ready.
And like she just grabbed the cup and tossed it at him and he was like, oh, like his boy was filming him and they just like looked at each other like, we got.
It's a fail video.
Wrecked, dude.
Dude, that's funny. When you try to fuck with someone, but they're ready for you, they
When the
come back
McDonald's
tenfold.
employee cups you.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
we wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about running in the break.
Yeah.
Dude, running has been something that I'm moving in, and it's an underrated strength. Like that endurance strength. People think of strength as like what they can just
Yeah.
immediately pick up. But that strength of that keep going and not stopping.
Yeah, that endurance.
And not only that, but that lung strength.
Yeah.
I seek that shit, man. Because coming from asthma, like, and having weak lungs, now that I've explored it at all, it's so satisfying. And I just want to push into that shit more.
Yeah.
Like, so you said once you got out of the military, you were just like, fuck running, dude.
I stopped running probably a year after I got out.
Oh, a year after? The habit stayed with you?
It did, definitely did. A couple habits stayed with me, still with me.
You still make your bed every morning?
Fuck no.
No, he's like, fuck
I
that.
haven't made my bed in like 2 months, as it is right
Really?
now. Yeah, Dad, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I get out of it, I'm like, just like fucking put that shit perfectly.
Shit, not me.
Oh, you know why,
I
dude?
Xbox controllers on there, TV controllers, fucking chapstick.
I just like
Gallon
getting
of
into.
water,
I like getting into a made bed.
Yeah.
I'll get into any kind of bed, dude. I don't care. If I'm going to sleep, I'll sleep on the floor.
I don't even sleep on my bed the regular way now. I
No.
sleep on it sideways. Because I bought one of them big ass beds, a California king bed, memory foam one.
Mm-hmm.
So
No
it's
shit.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
You could like sprawl out on
lounge
that
the
thing.
fuck out.
It's literally a cloud.
It's obnoxious, but it is what it is.
I mean, I make my bed every day, but it's a very loose and light. You know, I just like take the covers, throw them over, maybe like tuck it down, but that's about it. I don't like, you're a very perfectionist in your bed. Like, you're like, oh, all right, like get the folds right and the, what is it, like hospital folds?
Hospital corners.
Hospital corners.
Dude, I try to keep the order where I can. Life is so chaotic, and my routine is constantly falling apart. So I don't know. I just try to keep that order where if I can keep all my things in an order and keep my bed made and like keep the room clean, it just gives me peace of mind.
I'm going to send you guys a picture of my bed when I get home.
It'll probably bother him the most.
Probably.
It's literally just like a soft like ground to chill on, just because it's so big.
I know where everything is, though.
So everything's
Yeah,
on
there's
my
still
bed.
that system though. Yeah.
I used to be the most disorganized fuck when I was living back at my house in Freetown, especially in middle school. I would I used to always have a big pile of shit on my bed, like controllers, fucking, you know, my computer, everything I use daily, like clothes would just be all over it. And at night, I would just like shove everything onto my computer desk, and like I would just close the laptop, put it in the drawer, shove everything onto the desk, go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, shove the pile back onto the bed, use the desk. It was just like such chaos, but I never knew where anything was. I would lose my car keys like every day.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like, what if your mind is like manifesting itself in like your surroundings, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense?
It
and
totally
you're literally
is.
just moving your problem around
It
instead
totally
of
is.
ever tackling
Yeah,
it.
I'm running from it.
That's why if you can just stomp out like and create order from the bottom, then you can start moving outward and outward. And you got to fix yourself first.
Yeah.
Definitely got to take care of yourself.
You got to
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
selfish in some ways, man, and take your time and like keep whatever it is that you want to keep.
You got to
Yeah,
know
but-
your worth.
You totally do, because if that's how you handle your everyday problems, my dad always said, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Wow.
And if you're constantly just like pushing shit out of the way and like, I'll get to it later, then that's how everything's going to be. You'll never actually accomplish what you want to, because you're always living your life in the fashion of just like, oh, I'll get to it when it comes.
Dude, my grandpa always said the 10-second rule. He's like, if it takes 10 seconds to do, then just stop and do it. Like, you can afford that time.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Oh,
Like, think about it.
Takes
You're
10
like,
seconds.
you take off your sweatshirt and you're like, I'll just throw it on the ground and do it in a little bit. It's like, no, it only takes like max 10 seconds to hang that thing
Yeah.
up. So just,
You'll just have to do it at another point in time.
like
so why
make
not
time to
now?
do it right, or make time to do it again.
Yeah, very true. I like that philosophy of like how you do anything is how you do everything.
'Cause it
Because
is.
I notice it in myself. If I feel like it's very like it fluctuates. Like there'll be a stretch of maybe like a week where I'm feeling kind of off and everything's kind of in disarray, and I just feel like I have so much shit to do that I won't tackle, you know, the basics. But there's also that momentum of like I'll have a good week and things will just be going great, so I'll have the underlying structure moving the way I want it to as well. Like I'll be making my bed every day. I'll
Yeah.
be I'll be keeping, I'll take off my shoes and I won't just like kick them into the corner, or I'll put them under my bed and like put them in wherever they belong.
Dude, I actually wrote about like upswings and downswings on my blog the other day.
Yeah.
Like the idea that you have to know when you're doing good in life, and you have to know when you're not. You have to be like, oh, dude, I'm killing it right now. Like I'm on an upswing. And then there has to be those times when you're like, oh fuck, everything's falling apart, and you have to be able to, like, the sooner
Quickly
you,
adapt.
yeah, like things will fall apart until you recognize that things are falling apart, and then you can start putting things back together. So you need to train that reflex of like, oh, I'm letting everything go. Like, oh shit, I'm letting everything go. And sooner
First step of the problem is admitting it.
dude, when you're confronted on something and you deny it like straight up, like especially the usage of something, like that's when it's really a problem.
Yeah. And there's a huge difference between denying it to someone else but accepting it yourself, and trying to convince yourself, Like some people lie to try to like make themselves seem better to others. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, like I don't drink that much. Like I don't really have a problem." But the ones with the true problem are the ones that are lying to themselves about it. And they're just like, "No, like I'm fine. I don't have a problem." Like there's a difference between recognizing it and just being like,
Dude,
yeah, there's something going on.
some people like believe their bullshit like down to their toes though. Like they truly believe their story, man.
Yeah. Not even when it comes to shit that we're talking about, but even if it comes to just like conflict with someone else, even if it's just like not being able to accept that you might be wrong in any circumstance. That's what it boils down to. Because there's a lot of people like that.
I know someone like that.
Only
It, like-
one.
Huh?
Only one.
Yeah, he's a great dude, but yeah, I know someone just like that.
Oh, they're rough to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the next tier of stubbornness.
And then you meet psychopaths
Oh,
who are just completely an equation.
yeah.
Like everything is a transaction. Like, what can I get from you?
Oh, that's crazy. Have you ever dealt with someone that or not that but you're just thinking to yourself, like, this person's a psychopath?
Yes.
This person is insane.
So, dude, you can feel it. You can feel the people who just like have that split in their personality, and they're just totally a mind and like not a body. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
they don't feel those emotions. They don't feel it like that.
They don't have, like, empathy.
Yeah, exactly, man.
There's some of those people in the military.
Really?
Oh, I bet.
I knew some of those people in the military. Where it is right now, I couldn't say. I'm only going off of when I was in, but yeah.
Dude, that shit must attract those type of people.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy people in this world.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you must.
He
have
was
seen
just
some
like the
people do
head
some
banging
shit.
type. Always just be banging his head on shit for no reason whatsoever. Yeah.
Like physically, like hitting his head
Yeah.
on stuff.
Wallace. It's from Augusta, Georgia.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like actually disregards his body.
Yeah, he was wild. Wild. That's all I'm saying. He was wild. Great dude. Great dude, but he was wild.
I've seen people like that. They're like skateboarders. Like they just don't give a fuck where they throw their body.
They just throw themselves down a set of stairs and shit, dude. Like,
Bro, this kid
what?
should have been on Jackass.
I bet he could get him on. He could
Oh,
get on
shit.
rather.
But yeah.
People who just don't hit, like those guys on Jackass are insane.
Yeah. Dude, Steve-O.
Oh my god, he said he like threw himself off a deck to get a girl's attention at a party.
Yeah. He's like, when you listen to him speak, though, he is such a good dude.
I know, but it's like, why do you do that?
Like, he's not like a savage. Like, he doesn't, maybe he is, though. I don't know. He had a big coke problem, didn't he?
A what
Big
problem?
drug
A coke problem, Steve-O.
Oh,
I think he did at one point.
I don't know if it was coke, but he had a problem. He was
Yeah.
on some shit heavy.
Yeah,
he seems like the stimulant type though.
yeah. But he's already so energetic. Like, he doesn't need that extra.
I fucking missed that shit. That was good shit.
Remember all the movies?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
first Jackass
I didn't
movie
know that was a show.
insane.
I've only ever seen the movie.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, it was on MTV.
The shows were good, man.
I never used to watch MTV.
I wasn't big into MTV, but there were certain things on it that I would like check it out for. Honestly, I didn't really get into watching shit like that until the internet, and like until I was more savvy on the internet. Like I watched everything I've seen from Jackass, I've watched online. Like I never really tuned into a channel for it. Dude, that's something I want to talk about. I feel like everything is switching to online, and the cable companies are just like scrambling to adapt.
They're losing, man.
Yeah,
We're online right now.
yeah,
Everything's online.
everything's online.
Yeah.
Dude, I had to talk to Comcast again today. I was setting up a cable for my mom, and I can't tell you how much I hate dealing with those people.
Oh, Comcast is literally Hitler.
Dude, it's like it's just such a snake company. Like all their rates online, like I pay $60 a month for internet because I got a deal when I like set it up here. But the guy I was talking to, I saw the deal online. It was like $60 for 200 megabits download. And I was like, bet, I'm doing it. So I call and the guy's like, oh, it's gonna be $100 for that package. But he's like, but you seem like a good guy. Like, you know, I'll do you a favor and I have this like good offer for you. And he's trying to play it off like he's doing me this like sick favor when they're doing it for everyone. But the thing was, I was trying to talk to Comcast for my mom, and they're like cutting all these corners. I get the internet down to like 150. She was paying like $220 a month for internet.
No shit.
For internet and TV, like packaged, all these channels that she doesn't use. And I'm going down the breakdown with the rep on the phone. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what are we paying for? And she's like, oh, that's a fee for Stream Picks. I'm like, what is that? She's like, it's like Netflix. I'm like, but it's like your version of Netflix? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, there's no chance anyone's using that. So get rid of that. It was like an extra 10 a month, like all these little packages. And then I'm like, what is this package? She's like, I don't even know what that is. Just some extra fee. I'm like, well, can we get rid of it? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she just like takes it off.
It's funny how they're secretly fucking you.
Yeah.
And if you push back on them, they're like, oh yeah, okay. They're
Like-
surprisingly malleable.
They are, dude. Well, because they know that like, I feel like it's just to trick old people. Like, think of how easy it is to rope some old lady into this crazy expensive, like, fucking bundle that they offer.
Dude, like, what if you lose electricity for a month? Like, I'm not paying for fucking Comcast.
No, not at
If
all.
I'm not watching it.
I've
Dude.
lost my electricity for 5 days once.
Oh,
I was there in one of the snowstorms a few years back.
damn.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly which one you're
Candlelight.
talking about. It was like,
We even lost power at BSU. They were on a generator for a few days.
Oh, yeah.
was it like 2012, 13?
So that's somewhere around there, yes, definitely.
Yeah, we lost power in my neighborhood for like, it was like 3 days, I think. But my dad had like a generator. It was a welder, but he like rigged it up so we could like hook it into the house.
It was hardwired.
Yeah, it was just on like
what
running,
you gotta
and it
do
was
it.
making electricity.
Damn, that's sick,
Dude, it was pretty sick. But like, we only used it for showers pretty much, like nice warm showers.
Yep. I remember that, dude. Power went down. When power goes out, you start to see more of what life really is.
Dude, we'd like
Oh,
curtained off
shit.
all the rooms in the house, and we were all like in one room with all these candles lit for warmth.
Dude, I heard some dude say when he went, I forgot what country he went to, but he went there and the shower pressure was like null and void. So you literally have to hold a cup under the shower and fill it with water and then dump it on yourself. And it's like just those little things like water pressure. Like
Yeah,
we got it so good that we don't feel it.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. If you ever taken a shower and like there's absolutely no water pressure, it's this like light drizzle on yourself, you just feel like you're like, come on, like give me something.
Hurry up.
I'm not clean.
Dude, I know we've talked about this so many fucking times on this podcast, but cold showers.
Cold showers. Dude, do you dabble at all?
Cold showers?
Yep.
Always at the gym.
Yeah.
At the gym? After?
Yeah.
My dude.
You realize you're one in, like, you're part of a very small population that do that. Not a lot of people are okay with a cold shower.
Do you have a sauna anywhere near you?
I've never been to a sauna, ever.
Same here, man.
What? Dude, you can pay $5 and come to the Y with me.
I don't know if I want to go in the sauna.
What? Dude, trust me, the sauna is the height of the human experience.
The height of the human experience.
All right, I may be overselling it a little bit.
I'm down. I'll try a sauna out.
It's insane. Like, all right, it's kind of weird. Like, if you take a cold shower, it's like that immediate gratification. But when you go into the heat, like, I don't know, you stay cool for like
quite a while,
Hour. Yeah, it's weird.
Hmm.
Like, they're two sides of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like just you're getting your body better at creating its own heat.
Yeah, I feel like a sauna is looked at as more of a luxury.
or like cooling the butt or cooling the core down. Sure, you don't want any, my friend.
I'm good. I've had that numerous times.
Dude, I went to a campground over the summer, and I walked into the showers, and this guy was walking out, and he was all pissed. He was like, don't bother, like it's all just cold water. Hot water's not even working. And he was like so
You're
pissed
like,
off.
beautiful.
Yeah, I was like sick. And I walked, and mind you, it was freezing cold because it was the end of the year. So that I had just jumped in the ocean. And the ocean was way colder than the showers could have possibly been. So I walk in there, and the guy's in there like trying to fix it, and he's like, "Oh, hate to tell you, it's just cold water." And I was like, "Mind if I still use it?" He was like so unprepared for it. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure."
He's like, "Are you insane?"
Like, so what's wrong with you?
Remember we showered in the fucking, I guess you just call it waterfall. In the waterfall.
Oh yeah, Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we'd stayed at this campground in Acadia in Maine over the summer, and it was right in the beginning of the summer, so it was still pretty cool. And there was a waterfall right near where we were camping at. We didn't have any running water, so that was our spot to shower at. We would bring like a bar of soap down to the waterfall and be like, just have it like pouring over you and just like clean yourself under the rocks. It felt so natural, dude. It felt so right.
Never done that. That sounds nice.
It was freezing, though.
Dude, and then after we'd lay on the warm rocks because it was just like these flat rocks and the sun was just right overhead because it was nice and early in the morning. Actually, it wasn't too early because the rocks were warm already.
Yeah.
And we just, dude, that was the ultimate morning routine. To bathe in a friggin' waterfall and then lay in the warm sun.
That's a luxury I feel like everyone should try at some point. A lot of people don't put themselves out in nature that much. Jordan, are you into like the outdoors? Are you into camping?
You kidding me, bro? I love the outdoors.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm about it.
I haven't camped since I was in the service.
Dude, do
You
you know
can
what's...
survive outdoors if you're smart enough.
Wait, say again?
You could survive outdoors if you're smart enough.
Dude, do you think you could survive outdoors?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I have enough time to be prepared
All right, let's...
for whatever the weather circumstances.
Okay, so what if we had to release you from this house right now to live outdoors forever? What supplies do you need?
Right now?
Forever. What supplies do you need?
I need to
We
go
can
to
make
my-
anything happen.
I need to go to my storage unit.
You need what?
I need to go to my storage unit.
Oh, you have it all?
Hell yeah.
It's ready to go.
Dude, that's sick.
Damn,
prepared.
that's
Shit hits the
sick.
fan. I'm dog. Yeah. I always play worst case scenario. I
Dude,
always feel
that's
like something
insane.
bad's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Imagine open that up. You're like,
You
so,
ju-
everything goes wrong. You're like, ah, shit. Like, good thing I'm stacked.
Everyone's freaking out.
Wait.
You like you grab your close friends, you're like, come with me. You just like open up this garage door and everyone's like, oh my
damn.
God.
I remember so many times they seen shit I had. Like, when are you ever gonna use that here? I'm like, you'll see. Sooner or later, you're gonna be begging to come over my
9
house.
government issue M16s.
let's go.
Nah, don't get the fucking feds shit to me.
I'm fucking you, my dude.
Oh man. Dude,
You gotta have a go bag.
you have to. You have to have like some sort of bug out bag. Even honestly, dude, even if it's just for fun. Even if one weekend you're just like, I'm gonna go out camping, and you just grab the essentials and head out.
Even if it's not a bag, a stack of cash, some shit. You gotta have a little
Ooh,
nest
money.
to grab if anything happens right away.
Dude, credit is powerful.
I fucked my credit up right when I turned 18.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's rough.
Credit cards for no reason, buying stupid shit.
Dude, I just got my first credit card
Yeah?
at 23.
Good for you.
Like,
Be
I'm
careful
glad.
with
I'm
it.
so
Yeah,
glad that
definitely be careful with it.
Oh yeah. I only use it for plan expenses.
Hmm.
If I'm going to buy something, then I have the money for it, and then
Yeah.
I buy it and pay it in full at the end of the month.
I usually use it to, like, I have one that I just use to pay for school related shit, and I already have the money in like my debit account, so I'll pay my entire semester bill on the credit card, and then I'll just like immediately pay that bill off with my debit, just because
That's
it's
how to
such
do
like a huge purchase, and I pay it back instantly, so it's just building good credit.
Absolutely. Dude, I'm so glad that I've dodged a lot of those bullets that kill people real young. Like addiction.
Fucking school shootings, random shootings,
Yeah.
all that fucking stupid shit.
That's so sad, man.
There are still people who are scared to go anywhere. Planes, trains, fairs.
Dude, yeah, people are thinking that shit's just gonna go down every time, anytime, anywhere now.
Yeah, sooner or later, something big's gonna go down.
Do you
Hope
think?
not.
Do you think Boston could get hit, dude? Well, I mean, Boston got hit by the bombing, but
That was crazy. That was insane.
Yeah.
Brian was there, dude.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, my dad got sent there when he was because he was still a trooper at that point.
Wow.
So he was there the night they were like chasing him through the streets. Like he saw everything.
He texted at like the group. He's like, "Dude, I literally fucking bombs just went off at the marathon." And I was like, "Pics or it didn't happen."
I was at work when that shit happened.
Really?
Yeah. I was walking by fucking Dunkin' Donuts after taking a piss in the bathroom, and I seen it on TV.
Dude, I was on a date.
Really?
I was like sitting down at like some Chinese food place with this girl, and we were
That's
just
a
like
bad omen.
we were just like watching the TV. Oh yeah, like nothing happened from it. That was like the last time I had
Both
contact with
just
her.
bummed.
We were just like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work out.
Where were you guys on 9/11?
In school, like I was like 9, 2011, Jesus Christ, 2001. I was 7 years old.
I was in 8th grade math class. I lucked out of a quiz that I did not study for. Dragged the TV in here and seen the buildings going down.
I remember they
Also,
sent
yes.
everyone home. Yeah, me too. And then, like, they just called all the parents and we all had to fucking go home.
I think I had a half day from school, so I wasn't even there. Like I think we were supposed to go in later, and it didn't end up happening, obviously. But I remember my mom like turning the TV on. And we were all just like watching the whole thing go down. I was too young to really comprehend like the gravity of the situation, but it certainly puts an imprint in your mind. Like that's something I'll never forget. Just like
Did you guys know anybody affected from that?
No.
no, my dad got sent there to, like help with the because he was in Canaan at that point, so they were using the dogs to like look for bodies under the rubble. So he was gone that weekend, but I didn't know anyone personally that
I don't know.
That
even
died in
I had a
9/11.
Fucking shitload of family in New York.
Dude, I know one guy who's working at the New York Stock Exchange that day, which is like right next door. Richie Hamill, shout out.
Richie Hamill. How did 9/11 affect the stock market that day?
Oh, I have no idea.
I wonder if there's like this like big drop or dip or anything.
Or Spike.
Or bye. Oh man.
Didn't-
9/11, jeez.
Didn't George Bush say something like that?
You said a lot of shit.
It's like spend, like you want to support America, like
Yeah.
buy, or something like that.
Yeah, I think he said it was like a statement he came out with like if you want to help with the cleanup or you want like boost the economy by buying, like what
Spend money.
spend money.
Dude, there's a, like, the Puritan idea is still very much alive in this area, though. Like, being frugal,
Yeah.
like, saving everything, right down to saving time. They're like, oh, yeah, the GPS says that. Let me tell you how to really go. I'll save you some time.
The back roads route. Yeah, everyone's all about that, but I am too. I'm super frugal.
Me too.
I mean, like I'll ball out sometimes, and I'll like if something I really want, I think is worth the price, then I'll buy it, even if it's like a little more. Like, dude, this thing, I love that computer, but I'm a heavy computer user, so I think that was a good purchase for me.
Never skimp on the gear, man. That's something I learned.
Never skimp on the gear. Exactly.
Because, like, when shit goes wrong, you need that shit to fucking work and continue working.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I don't often buy like a ton of shit for pleasure.
I do. Amazon Prime. That
Oh.
free 2-day shit.
Yeah, fair, actually.
Love relationship. I love that shit. It's worth it.
That's the thing is I'll make a bunch of little purchases and those add up versus like I won't buy stupid shit that's expensive on Amazon, but if I see something that's like, oh, $7.99, boom, like send it over.
Yeah.
My last big purchase was my new TV. It's not new. It's maybe like 8 months old.
I was going to ask you earlier if you, like, watch more TV or use more internet.
Bro, it's a 64-inch 4K curved TV. I be abusing that bitch.
Do you know what you need? Apple TV.
Apple TV. I'm good with everything I got. I just
Brett's an Apple salesman. Don't trust a word he says.
Evil genius.
Oh yeah.
I just stream everything through my Xbox.
Oh, yeah. They're
That's
all
the way
fucking
to do
smart
it.
TVs now anyways, dude.
Yeah.
So you get everything on that bitch.
I'm done with cable. I'm so done with cable.
See, I've totally moved to the internet. I'm on the other side.
I didn't even have cable when I was at my apartment.
Really?
I just had my fucking internet, 2 Xboxes, 2 TVs. I was good in each room.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, everything you need is online.
Yeah.
Really, there's so much more available online for so much cheaper.
Whatever you want when you want it.
Yeah.
Opposed to like what they're fucking playing now.
No package. Although with net neutrality, that might change.
It's just
Who
an
knows?
outdated mode of entertainment, in my opinion.
Yeah, like it's streaming only at a certain time, and you have to catch it at that time.
Yeah.
Versus pull it up whenever you want.
Only thing that sucks about that is not being able to watch shows live, like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, true.
I'm
Very
always
true.
stopped, like, I gotta wait till maybe 20 minutes after it finishes before.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
available.
True.
That's
But-
very true.
It's free, so shit.
Or like now, dude, they release fucking a season and it's the whole season. They just drop it and then people just binge the whole season opposed to
It's unhealthy.
it building. People will binge it, dude. The only thing I've ever binged is Breaking Bad.
That was the
my
first thing
shit.
I binged. That's what started it all.
Yeah. I don't even remember the first show I binged. The last one I binged was The Punisher, though,
The Punisher. I've never heard of that.
on Netflix, yeah.
You know what it is? It's that skull thing. You know if you saw the symbol from the Punisher, you'd
Like
know
the Jolly
exactly.
Roger.
No. Like remember when we were camping in Acadia and the military dude that was camping across from us
I
had
know
that like skull
exactly what
sticker?
you mean.
That's the Punisher.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the one that dude, the cop that like shot that dude in the hotel, Daniel Shaver. He had the Punisher patch on his
Oh shit.
on his arm.
Now I'm scared of this show.
Well, it's not like it's a good show. I've only seen one episode, but like it's more the people that subscribe to that ideology, and they're just like, "Oh, I am the Punisher."
I love that shit. I love that shit.
Yeah,
Dude, you need a healthy dose of feeling like a savage, though.
You absolutely do.
Everybody is a savage.
In their own ways.
yeah.
Everyone has the ability to be a savage.
Yep.
To just fucking break. When
That's
they're
the
ready to
message.
break, and when they do, they sink into it. And they kill hundreds of people.
Or they kill a good workout. Dude, I think that should be our message. Be a savage.
Be a
Only when you
savage.
have to be, though.
Fuck that. Just be a fucking savage.
Be a
But
savage.
don't
Be a
dick.
savage.
Don't be a dick first. Just be a savage.
Be a savage, not a dick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Be a moral savage.
I think that's a good place to end off.
I believe so. Jordan, thank you for joining us, my friend.
Yeah, that shit was
My
good.
dude, this has
Much
been
appreciated.
fun.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for
How
coming.
you guys like that shit?
That was nice, dude.
That was sick.
Righteously
Be
stoned.
a savage.
Out.